Hey, welcome to the Shaky Fingers YouTube channel. So in this channel I will be uploading mostly gameplay commentary from games from my local event. So without further ado, let's get into game 1. Game 1 will be Roger versus Sanji. Okay, I'll be going first this game. So in the mulligan you are looking for the 2 cost ram. Total 8 of them in the deck. And then any subsequent ram is nice also. So here we have 2 cost ram and ram for the next turn, but we are missing big drops, so I decide to keep here, which is an okay decision. I think the odds of drawing into big drops are quite high, so pass. Okay, opponent is playing Sanji here. Don't really know much of his card effects, but it should be fine. Okay, earlier I said we will be looking for big drops, so let me show you the list that I'm playing. Okay, can you pause to take a look? The list is a bit janks because I made a few last minute changes. I will explain more later in the video. Okay, anyway, looks like we top deck a Rayleigh, which is solve our ram issue and our big drop issue, so that's great. Playing out the 2 cost ram and pass, standard plays. Okay, so there is actually 2 playstyles for Roger. First is to guard early, preserve your life, so that late game you will have more life resources, and your opponent will find it rather hard to kill you. And then the second playstyle will be to eat your life early and guard when your leader is bigger. So in this game I chose to guard early because opponent's leader is blue purple, so they actually can play pudding. So I chose to keep my hand size low in the early game so that he don't get much pudding value. So anyway, here we just ram and swing 7, leave 1 Dawn up for event counter. So yeah, the game plan will be to guard early so that we have extra life resources to play off of in the late game. So here the right play is actually to eat, because my hand size is I don't have much flexibility in guarding. See, now my hand only has a 2k counter and an event counter. I should have taken the first hit to get more options to guard. But it's okay, we take this hit. Okay, here we see an interesting card that I'm playing, which is the 5 cost blocker Rayleigh. Honestly, I'm testing the card in this event. I don't think it is very good, because in order to play that I cut my big drops, which you will see in the later games that I am actually missing the big drops in quite a few turns. Actually this game also I will miss 1 turn of big drop. Okay, anyways, passing back to me. This is our 8 Dawn ram turn, so we will be playing the Rayleigh here. Cannot rest the Reiju blocker because it gets plus. Wait, it does not. Okay. It seems like I have made a misplay. The correct play will be to play the Rayleigh, rest his Reiju blocker and start swinging. But let's see what happens. I swing first. Currently his Reiju blocker is only 4 costs, because he only had 3 event in his grave, but he used an event to guard, and so his Reiju blocker has +2 cost now, which is why my Rayleigh couldn't rest it. Surprised I didn't pick that up during the game itself, but yes, there's definitely a misplay. Okay, now is opponent's turn. Hand size is small, not worth the pudding, and as part of the strategy, I still have 4 life to eat, so I can cash out my life value to increase my hand size. Okay, looks like opponent is thinking. Leader is now 7k, so opponent will be losing the resource war over time. Okay, let's fast forward a bit. Opponent swing to ram 1 Don. Okay, place the Jozu to bounce back my Bond Clay, which will hit for 7k if he does not bounce it. So we are in a pretty good spot. He passes, so we don't even have to throw any cards to guard, which is great. We still preserve our life to cash out later in the game. Hand size looking healthy, but the thing is, I have nothing to play this turn. Only 2 Rayleigh blockers, which I said previously that I cut big bodies for. Imagine if I had a Shanks or something this turn. Yeah, missing the tempo is definitely not great for my game plan. And the Rayleigh blockers are proving to not provide a lot of value. So anyway, this is a double Rayleigh blocker turn, which is not the worst. I get +1 for each Rayleigh that I play, which draws in this Roger deck is quite hard to come by, so it's actually not the worst. Okay, pass back to the opponent. So let me bring back the deck list here. So before the start of this game, I actually cut 2 categories to add in one SR Roger and one promo Roger. On hindsight, that is definitely a mistake because I didn't realize that I only played 2 Rayleigh. I totally forgot about the fact that I now only have 3 8-cost RAM in the deck, which will definitely cost me some games. That is a suboptimal build. Okay, anyways, looks like the opponent has swung 3 times into me. So I made it a point to not give him too much pudding value by keeping my hand size moderately low. Okay, opponent is building up his bodies, but that is not super effective against Roger because my face is quite big, and multiple hits is less effective than like fewer bigger hits. So anyway, I do not know what I'm thinking about here. The play is just to play the Roger and hit. I was probably considering chasing his side, but it's rarely correct to hit side because every hit that is not going to face is not going to face, opponent can conserve hand cards and you don't really pressure a lot. Here I'm thinking whether to attach 1 extra Don, but think 9k is plenty big enough, so you will leave it up for event counter. Okay, 5k guard, he throws giant and another 3k. Oh, that's a Magellan. Okay, we take a note of that. Okay, so the fact that he didn't throw giant +1, but he threw giant +3 tells me that, you know, his hand might not have a lot of counters. So he might be pressured to go for game sooner rather than later. But this turn my leader is 9k base, which is pretty damn big. He probably cannot deter me this turn. So let's see what he will try to do this turn. Sanji is currently +3k. Attach 1 Dawn is 9k. Okay, if I'm not wrong, my hand currently is 3 2k counters and 2 event counters and 1 radical beam. Okay, 9k to Rayleigh. Yeah, definitely do not want to give that Rayleigh. 9k again. Okay, he asked for 2 cards so far. 9k again, 3 cards so far. Definitely not giving the Rayleigh. 10k to Rayleigh. Okay, I will use my last card that I can use to guard for Rayleigh. 11k to Rayleigh, there's a 3k counter. Drop the radical beam. Okay, that will be it for the opponent's turn. Hand size currently 3. 3 times 3k counter in my hand. Okay, that is not good. What will I do here? Of course, hit face. You do not hit side with this deck. 99% of the time you don't hit side. Okay, he gives me the blocker. Now I'm considering whether to split 2 ways, whether it will be enough or not. But seeing that the opponent left 2 Dawn up, I'm pretty sure he has a few giants in his hand. So my chances of winning this turn are not that great. I think if I hold one more turn, I will be much more likely to win. So here, the play is still not to swing side, but pressure his hand cards by going face. 9k face. Okay, it gives me a giant. 1k more. Okay. We would like to push him to 0 to pressure him to open up for the 10 cost Rush Roger to close out the game. So the next hit he will probably want to guard to play around 10 cost Roger. So we can take more of his hand cards out. Okay, here I'm thinking, do I still go for game after he give me 1 giant? Does he have another giant in his hand? Yeah. Looking at my hand is 3 event counters, so I should just leave 3 Dawn up and I probably will not die. So during the game, I was still a bit afraid that I might die, even holding 3 event counters. So I took a little bit of time to think here. 7 leader, leave 10 Dawn up to bluff for Shanks or something. Opponent is thinking. Hand must not be great. Running out of counters, probably. Two one. Okay. Okay, I will play safe and not swing with my blockers. So, how many Dawns do I want to attach? This will be going to the buggy, 2-cost buggy. Since I'm not swinging my blockers, I have no lethal threat anymore. So the only thing I can do is ask for his board or his hand. So we swing to the smallest body at 7 plus 2, 9. 2, 1, okay. Turns out opponent still had quite a few counters in his hand. So this turn, oh, he drops the Magellan that he showed earlier on accident. My leader will be down to 5k. But at this point, I am not really afraid still. I have 3 event counters, 2 blockers and 2 life. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 5 hits, all of them need to go through. Counter out 3k. So if he doesn't have unblockable here, should be game. I am not sure if that deck actually has unblockable or not, but we just play as if he does. 3 more hits, 2 more life. Assuming he has unblockable, I will need to guard one of the hits. This is 8k. 8k again. It's a 4k counter. Yeah, at this point, I don't know if he has unblockable or not, so I am not gonna take the risk. I'll just throw away one of my blockers. Okay, last hit. And he scoops. Okay, see you at game 2.